Good morning. This is Business M. This is Metropole Television. My name is Simba Elijah Charles Kiage. Welcome to yet another Business Day here on Metropole Television. Good. This means that we've officially opened the show, which tells me just a couple of minutes to 6:30. So we've started a bit earlier today, meaning the business is that intense. A lot of things happening in the economy. We do know that there's an indefinite taxi strike. So the question that I keep on asking is that, did you take a taxi ride to work? And so how is it possible, if you did, to take a taxi ride to work if the taxi operators in the country are on strike? And remember, it is indefinite. We saw the other day at Uhuru Gardens when there was skirmishes, when the taxi operators were trying to make their demands heard. Good. We do know exactly where this is headed with the Digital Taxi Association of Kenya. We're just waiting to see exactly what the county government, what NTA say, what AAK also say about these issues for taxi operators in the country. If it develops and goes to finality, we shall be here to report the cases to you. If your governor is Ferdinand Waititu, you do know that he's in trouble with corruption issues in this country. And now insiders are telling us that the arrest of his wife, him as well, and the daughter is imminent. So we're waiting to see exactly how this goes on. Well, because we do know the government is promising to fight corruption in this country to totality. All right, this morning, we want to give you some little data on a conversation that the Central Bank of Kenya Governor Dr. Patrick Njoroge has been talking about in the country. And we're going to table this conversation this morning. We're talking about digital lenders in the country. So how about the absorption levels of digital lenders in the country? What numbers are we talking about? Now, according this data that we're going to give you this morning is from CGAP that comes all the way from 2016 in the way in which mobile lenders and the Kenyan economy is actually taking some of the products from this industry. Let's just take a look. And the question that I'm asking you this morning is that, do you have a loan app that you use for your mobile money issues? Good. Let's take a look at it. And remember, this is from 2016, and they are saying that based on Finances 2016, we estimate that approximately 23% of Kenyans do not own a mobile phone. Now, if you do know where we're coming from, we are saying that in Kenya, due to double registration, where people have more than two numbers, our numbers now currently in 2018 stand at more than 100% mobile penetration. So we're taking you back to 2016, isn't it? Now they're saying, look, this survey that CGAP did could not track this segment of the population, so they might have excluded a small segment of Kenyans who borrowed digital credit through someone else's phone. Is that possible? Are you borrowing credit from someone else's phone? And how are you settling that if you use somebody else's phone? Now let's look at this. Now, according to 2016 data, now 51%, all right, they have a phone but never borrowed digitally. Now 23% does not own a personal mobile phone and is unlikely to borrow digitally. Now this 17%, they borrowed digitally in the last 90 days. That's according to 2016. And this one also, the 10%, also borrowed digitally. That is when they did it 90 days ago. Now, where do we stand currently? We do know that approximately 19 million Kenyans, they are active mobile lender users in this country. Good. Let's just look at another data, therefore, that comes from 2016 that's going to make us have a proper perspective of where the Central Bank of Kenya governor is coming from. Now they're saying, look, the biggest lenders in this country when it comes to digital lenders are M-Shwari, and I want us to look at this data in this way. We're talking about M-Shwari, which is leading. As you can see, we have KCB M-Pesa as well. We have Equity, all right. We have Tala, we have M-Cop Cash and Branch. This in 2016 were the leading. Now, the data that we do have in 2018 is that we have more than 150 fintech registered in the Kenyan economy, meaning that this data might have a totally different outlook as we speak right now. Now, the great parts pretty much mean that they currently have a loan. Now, look at the number of people, according to 2016, who had that loan in M-Shwari. 14% of the 14.8% that used to have a loan. So if you could look at, it's just a difference of 0.8% in terms of those ones that currently have a loan and those who used to have a loan. So telling you that this is an active service. There is no difference pretty much in those ones who used to have a loan and those ones who have a loan, because those who have a loan stand at 14.8%, telling you that this data is pretty much packed together and this is a very active sport. That's why now M-Shwari is the leading lender in the country. So if you look at equity, that is easy. We can say Equitel as well. Now, look at the ones who have a loan. That's 2.7%. This is according to 2016. And 1.2% are the ones who used to have a loan. Now, you can actually tell the differences. Now, this morning, we're going to pretty much settle on the likes of Tala and Branch. Now, something that is very unique from 2016. Look at this data. Now, 0.9%, all right, used to have a loan, and 0.9% currently have a loan, which tells you that you pay the loan to get more loan. And that's the trend that is coming out of this data. All right, we go to Branch, 0.3%, 0.2%. So pretty much the same story. Is like Kenyans actually pay a loan they used to own so that they can get another loan. That's why this data for Tala and Branch pretty much gives you a similar percentage. Look at even M-Shwari as well, just 0.8%. So those people who offset the loan, don't just leave it there, you offset it to get another. That's why this is the way it is right now. So the question we're asking this morning, if the Central Bank of Kenya governor is going to be successful in the way that is going to regulate the mobile lenders in this country, what platform or under what basis are the mobile lenders in this country going to get regulated? Now, we do know that there's some bills that have been thrown from 2018 in Parliament. And when you're talking about the mobile lenders in this country, is it therefore time for us to talk about digital banks? And is that also constituted under the Banking Act? How is it possible? Because mobile lenders can just disappear. Not my words, but the words of George Bodo and Alukani Sachu when they were talking about this issue just a few days ago. We're waiting to see, is it going to be successful? That's the question this morning. Good. And your governor is also looking for more money. Is he going to get the 385 billion shillings that he wants to put into your kitty? Interesting moments this morning. My name is Elijah Charles Kiaga. Guess what? We are live on YouTube, Metropole TV, Kenya. Talk to us, hashtag Business AM. Stephanie Wanso in this studio. Good morning, Richie. Good morning, Gikono Macharia. Gikonyo Macharia. That is it. Good morning, Tarian Chebet. I know the GMD is watching. Good morning, Samo Mukaka. Let's get setting the trends in the economy this morning. Digital lenders in Kenya now concede that the key to unlocking the potential of the sector is through sharing of data. Now, this emerged during the second and final day of the Afro-Asia FinTech, where stakeholders in the digital lending sector discussed how to unlock the value of credit information sharing. Ondiro Ganga gives us the details this morning.
Digital lenders today convened for a fireside chat at the Afro-Asia Festival to discuss ways of unlocking the value of the sector through credit information sharing. Robert Masinde, the chairman of the recently launched Digital Lenders Association of Kenya, says inadequate data or lack thereof is hurting their businesses as they are forced to deal with consumers without any background, thus exposing them to fraud.
The most prominent one is obviously the unavailability of good data and good information to make credit decisions. And the reason being that most of the credit information service providers, the CRBs, were set up to serve the traditional banks. And the format and the frequency and even the volume which the banks require in terms of information is very far apart from what we require. Our information needs to be more granular, it needs to be real-time, it needs to be online, it needs to be frequent as possible, and it comes in large volumes. And therefore, that has been a big challenge in terms of our our lending ability.
Esther Maruga, General Manager at Metropole CRB, said moving forward, it will be important to share data as it will take away the need for clients to provide collateral and enable lenders to make informed lending decisions.
The thing is that the APIs that we have developed, what is the uptake of these fintechs? Because this is voluntary. Remember, the fintechs come into this mechanism through voluntary channels. There is no regulation that mandates these fintechs to actually share data. So it's purely voluntary. And to understand that when this information is on the CRB, the customer benefits and they are also able to make more accurate credit decision. So it's through that uptake and just the market being ready to take advantage of the technology that has been in place to just come in and share that information. So that is the most important, our advocacy in terms of uptakes of these APIs.
Digital lending has been on the rise in Kenya. According to a report by Genghis Capital, there are over 45 digital lenders in Kenya, with over 6.1 million Kenyans accessing loans online from as little as 500 shillings to as much as 3 million Kenya shillings on a daily basis. According to Financial Deepening Sector Kenya, the market has grown fast, with M-Shwari having disbursed 230 billion Kenya shillings worth of loans since its inception in 2012. KCB, Kenya's largest lender by assets, now provides 90% of its loans through its KCB M-Pesa platform. For Metropole TV, Amundiro Oganga.
The National Assembly Leader of Majority, Aden Duale, has pointed an accusing finger at the Commission of Revenue Allocation for the current stalemate over the Division of Revenue Bill. In a statement to newsrooms, Duale claims the Commission has been making unrealistic recommendations over the revenue that should be shared between the national and county administrations. Duale further claims the Commission has been continually inciting county governments against the national government. Now, the leader of Majority has said this a day after the Council of Governors moved to the Supreme Court to seek an advisory on various issues touching on the delayed approval of the bill. The Senate and the National Assembly have been in disagreement on the share of funds to be allocated to counties. While the National Assembly proposed that counties receive 316 billion shillings, the Senate insists that counties can't be allowed to receive 327 billion shillings. Livestock industry experts have called on the relevant government institutions to stem out the use of chemical preservatives on meat products. Now, the experts have said this 2 days after an expose showed how some retailers are using chemicals to preserve meat. Now, speaking during the launch of the Future of Livestock in Kenya report, the Food and Agriculture Organization expressed concern over the revelation, noting that Kenya has good market opportunities for meat that could be lost if the illegal use of chemical preservatives is not addressed.
Some of these things need to be, investigated and looked into and ascertained. And we think with the capacity that the institutions have, we have partnered with them to support. I think they are able to handle it.
Meanwhile, Fiera John Ramamathe is set to step down as the Group Chief Executive Officer of Bidco Africa. In a statement, Bidco's Executive Chairman Vimal Shah has announced that Fiera John is also known as TRM, will retire from Bidco's board of directors after attaining the retirement age of 70 years. Now, prior to his current position, Fiera John served as the Chief Operating Officer of the now collapsed Nakumatt Supermarkets. Moving on. The Export Promotion Council held the inaugural Kenya Exporter of the Year Awards last night in Nairobi. The event, which was graced by Deputy President William Ruto and Trade Cabinet Secretary Peter Munya, sought to recognize firms that are making a major contribution to the growth of Kenya's export trade. Now, the overall winner at the awards was James Finlay Kenya Limited, which is a major player in the tea industry. It was followed by Merlot River Roses and Chai Trading Company. The Lifetime Achievement Award went to British American Tobacco Kenya. Other companies that were affected during the inaugural Kenya Exporter of the Year Awards were Sig Diamonds, Gold Crown Foods, Alphamar, Jungle Marks, Pelican Services and Smollett Self-Help Group. Now, the awards ceremony was held against the backdrop of the ongoing third trade week that is taking place at the Kenyatta International Convention Center in Nairobi. This event is also taking place a week after 54 African countries ratified the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, which is expected to boost intra-Africa trade.
This gives us a glimpse into how much wealth can be created in this country if we pursue an export-led development program. Kenya exports currently stand at Kenya shillings 613 billion against imports of 1.7 trillion Kenya shillings. And this scenario needs some work to be done.
Because even when you are trying to promote exports, you also try to promote local production. Because you have to produce locally, quality, satisfy the local market, then be able to move into export. Because it's more difficult to operate out there into the bigger market. So if you target export, you're also targeting local production, you're also targeting local competitiveness, you are also making, looking at the various skills, various networks and logistics that are required, the synergies between the bigger players and the SMEs. You are able to look into all that when you are promoting exports. So focusing on exports is actually focusing on that transformation.
Google's Chief Executive Officer Sundar Pichai grew up in Chennai, India with little access to a phone, let alone a computer. Today, he is the CEO of the world's biggest internet search engine. As the world enters the fourth industrial revolution, which is being powered by technologies such as artificial intelligence and blockchain, there is still a segment of the world's population that is still locked out of the digital space. On this week's Trailblazers, Ondiro Oganga speaks with the founders of an initiative dubbed Kids Comp Camp. Kids Comp Camp. That is it. More like a tongue twister. That is seeking to give children from underprivileged kids an opportunity to learn about information technology in preparation for the digital age. Let's take a look at that this morning.
Think about this. How old were you when you heard the word computer? And when was the first time you actually interacted with a computer in your life? For some, accessing a computer is still a distant dream. This is the problem Kids Comp Camp is trying to change for kids coming from poor backgrounds by offering them free computer literacy classes. The initiative, as the name suggests, seeks to ensure that no child is left behind in relation to computer literacy.
What we're trying to aim with the program is to bridge the digital divide between kids who live in underprivileged areas and kids who are privileged to have access to technology or to computers. Because we realized mostly kids in rural areas, they have a very low chance for them to ever maybe interact with the computers if they don't get say for example they've been through primary school and then they go to a high school that doesn't even have computers. So that means that the next time they're going to interact with the computer will be maybe after high school or maybe when they get into university and colleges. And also again looking at the demographics in terms of how many kids are able to transition to this university. So there's usually a very huge number that is left out in terms of getting the opportunity to interact with technology.
The curriculum is developed by the initiatives team to ensure the kids are taught basic but relevant skills that sharpen their competency in this digital era.
We teach everything from creating games to creating applications that will solve real world problems. So I can give you an example of children between the ages of 8 and 14, for example. For them it will be easier to use a gamified environment. They will be able to relate with cartoon characters versus talking about an older demography between 14 and 18, where now they can actually get into the nitty-gritties of creating hardcore software.
The journey has not been short of challenges, key among them being availability of computers and low literacy levels.
That is in terms of devices and also connectivity. That's one of the one of the challenges we're still facing as a country. So, for example, if you travel particular like this school, it's not connected to the internet. So learning for learners is very slow, and also trying to get like content which is offline and kids can be able to access that on their own. It's really a challenge.
The long-term vision of Kids Comp Camp is to spur interest in the children to pursue technology-related courses and especially empower the community with skills to carry on the project beyond Kids Comp Camp.
Just to create interest and have them even beyond when you've left these particular areas, they're able to remember like what we did with them, and they're able to, maybe for example, if they advance to other areas, they'll maybe probably look for particular opportunities, for like such opportunities to even continue with whatever we had started with them.
Ni mzuri kwa sababu zinaweza msaidia sana to get more information from the internet.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be an engineer.
One underprivileged child at a time. Kids Comp Camp is ensuring that computer literacy trickles down to grassroots level. For Metropole TV, from Kabuko Primary School in Kiambu County, I'm Wandera Ganga, and this is...
Interesting, isn't it? How times have changed. So I was watching a picture, just like they call them memes. I'm not a fan of memes, though. I'm not a fan of memes. So I was watching a picture, and I was watching a meme, and this will come from what we've seen now from Ondero Ganga this morning. So now they have somebody saying 3-year-old kids nowadays, actually no, 4-year-old kids nowadays, they can play a game on a phone, they can actually text an emoji to their moms, and they can understand emojis on their phones, and they can actually open a computer and ask for a Wi-Fi password. So now they said, me, when I was 3 years old, I was eating mud. Think about it. I'm not a fan of memes though. Good morning. So that means that we're officially getting the stage set for what is happening in the economy as well. So when you think about that, these are some of the stories that we shall be following and updating as the day progresses. I hope I shall meet you at 1 p.m. as we also touch base on the developments on these stories that we're talking about today. Guess what? Stephanie was in the studio. But before we get there, I want to ask you the question. What happened to the Huduma number that you took the other day? Or your friends who didn't take it? Have they seen any consequences in terms of service delivery and everything that goes on? So what if it's actually true that there's a bill called the Huduma Bill 2019? I'm not saying this is official yet, but what if it's introduced just to make sure that everybody has the Huduma number? Okay, good. Just hinting, if this story develops, then we shall be bringing you the information as well. So guess what? We're going to cross over to Stephanie once for this morning and interrogate the votes and what you guys are talking about them this morning as we ask her the question. Stephanie, do you have a Huduma number?
I do, Simba. Do you have a
What have you
Huduma
used
number?
it for so far?
Answer my question first.
Yeah?
Do you have your Huduma number?
No, what have you used your Huduma number for so far?
Wow, nothing.
Have you received an increment in salary? What's your Huduma number? Let's just go about it. It's not supposed to be a secret.
No, there's actually no number.
There's no number. What is that?
No number.
Why is it called a number then?
It actually has my ID number, my name. Yeah, and the date.
And that's it?
That's it.
So what? So Yeah, oh, it was a waiting. No, Stephanie,
Yeah,
it's
it's
just a
late.
waiting.
It
So
is
did
a
you-
waiting, yeah,
Did you
you-
get the text messages you're supposed to receive on your phone so they can give you a Huduma number?
No, we're supposed to go
You
for
haven't. You're supposed to go for it.
Yeah, I
After
think-
6 months.
I think so.
After 6 months?
So that's like a waiting card.
So what if I give them my, what did you say, my ID right now and tell them their system malfunctioned? Actually register, but you can't
no,
verify.
no, they can't.
How that?
I'm sure they can.
Well, they haven't given you an Huduma number.
No, but still, they have my ID. They'll still see me there.
Can I ask you a question?
Ask
Doesn't your ID have a fingerprint?
It does.
So why were you taking your fingerprints again?
Because I don't. I don't know.
Anyway, so this is not classified information that but might be a developing story. Another developing story is that Waititu and the wife and the daughter, EACC is coming for them. Yes, Haji is going for them. What happens to the county if the governor gets arrested? You know? And for
Yeah.
how long is the case going to,
Yeah,
to
true.
wind up, isn't it? Talk about corruption cases in this country. Big ones. Stephanie,
ones.
just before we go the roads, if somebody told you to wait, Stephanie, did you vote?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
I'm not going to ask you who voted for. That's fine.
It's fine.
But I know you voted for in your county. What's your county, by the way? Is it Bungoma County?
No.
What is it called?
Mumias?
Western Mumias County? Oh my God, you don't know.
Leave me alone. Okay, let's continue.
Oh my God. All right, there's no Gara County.
I didn't say Ngara. So
Okay.
I said Mumias.
All right, good. So now when you look at that, how would you rate your president? And I want us to help him. I want us to give him a fair score from 1 to 5. Where is he in terms of fighting corruption in the country?
1.5.
1 to 5.
1.5.
1.5. Wow. You have no faith in your president whatsoever.
What's your score?
My score, 0.1.
Wow.
Yeah, 0.1.
Yeah.
Because I saw my county, that is Nyamira County, build a gate worth 150,000 shillings.
I get.
That for me is not good. And they have the security lights.
Yeah.
What do they call them? Then the lights by the roadside. No? Yeah, those ones. They only have 3 in the whole municipality where I live.
3.
Do you know how much that cost?
How much?
650,000.
That's a whole pro box.
All right, let's cross the roads this morning.
Yes. What time is it? It's 7 sharp.
What?
Yes.
Time is running.
It is running.
All right.
Yes. The Junction Mall, there's a bit of traffic.
Yes.
It's a bit hectic around this time. So.
Guess what? It was raining this morning.
It was.
Did it rain at your place?
I think it rained at night, not
Yes.
in the morning, but it was the road was wet.
Yeah. Did
so
it rain at Virage?
I didn't know it was raining, but
Yeah.
it did rain.
Oh, you're a sound sleeper, Stephanie.
I sound asleep.
You're a sound sleeper if you didn't.
Oh, yeah, I
sense it
didn't-
rain at night.
It wasn't that
Yeah,
heavy.
actually, it wasn't that heavy, but you can sense it, like something is going outside.
If I sleep,
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah. Rich is saying that the cold can actually inform you what's going on outside.
Yeah.
It can, isn't it?
Can,
All right, let's cross over.
It's actually foggy outside. Very foggy.
Yeah, it is. So drive slow, isn't it? That's what it takes.
Slippery roads.
Yeah.
So Langata Road, from Langata Cemetery all the way to Wilson Airport.
Same story every morning. I mean,
actually,
yes.
so much traffic right now. Probably it's because of the rain.
The rain, the little rain.
The little rain that
You know what they say in
happened,
Nairobi? Every raindrop comes with an extra car. Thing is, I've never seen those extra cars. I need one myself. Yeah, no?
Right?
Yeah, when it rains, go outside, get yourself a car. Big part of the traffic. You know?
Yes.
We'll be stepping outside, going that extra
We
car.
will.
I'm telling you.
All
right, yeah, I'm telling you, man. Get a car for everyone. And then after that, get stuck in traffic for the next 6 hours.
We don't
for
do
a
business
distance of 30 minutes.
We don't do business at
We do business known. I mean,
business on the road, eh?
Yeah, business on the road. That's something really good. Yeah, business wherever you are. That's another time we can change the show to that. Do the show on a conference call.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. By the way, heading to Kenyatta National Hospital. There's no traffic at all. Valley Road, Kenyatta Avenue. Valley Road is very clear, but once you get to Kenyatta Avenue, that's the roundabout.
That's
a
where
bit
we
of
are.
traffic. Yes,
that's our location.
That is where we
isn't
are.
It? Somebody wants to look for Stephanie. Just come to Kenyatta Avenue and look for Metropole TV.
Yes.
And say hi to Stephanie. Yes. And then ask her why she's not responding on social media of all the things that you've been posting and talking about. Isn't it?
Yes. Southern Bypass very clear. This is Mombasa Road from Bellevue SS is clear, but once you get to Nyayo Stadium, that's where traffic starts.
That's right.
Yes,
Right.
yes. So this is Thika Road. We're going to. There we go.
It's loading this morning,
yes,
isn't
it
it?
is loading.
When you see it turn grey, that's how you know that it's picking the information.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Traffic was starting from Garden City Mall, but once it loaded, it's starting from where's this? Roasters Inn. Then you go to All Stops. All Stops is actually a bit
pretty
clear.
much the same story, because
but
now they were saying they've actually now, let me give you the one-on-one on that. Now the service lane along that we're using, because if you look at it right now, there are 2 points that have been closed.
Yeah,
yesterday it was only
points.
1 point. Now they've closed some part of the service lane so they can fast track the construction of that region there. So whether you like it or not, now for the next few days, Thika Road is going to be more dense when it comes to traffic along that region.
Yeah, we can
yes.
see. We can
but you know
see
what they
that.
say about Thika Road? Now everybody wants to go to Mombasa, wants to go to Eastlands. Now the easiest way is to get to Thika Road and then branch.
Yeah.
And that's why there's so much traffic along Thika Road. You know, most people now avoiding Mombasa Road and the old Jogoo Road, isn't it? They're just using that now to branch into whatever it is they want to go.
Yeah. It's very convenient when there's no traffic.
Talk about bittersweet, isn't it? We have the highways, but they never change the situation because there's more chaos over the other side, isn't it?
It's true.
All right, which says we should look at social media, can we?
Yes.
All right.
We can. There we go. Can I refresh?
I think you should, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. Have you had your breakfast this morning, Stephanie?
I did.
You know, those are the conversations that people normally have as they wait for stuff to load.
I did have my breakfast.
Yeah, I didn't like your chapati at all. It was a bit, what was it? Was it lemon inside the chapati? I tested it. I'm not lying. I tested it. Yeah.
Let me continue.
You know what they say about chapati? Are you the one who cooked it?
Yes.
Wow. No wonder.
It was nice.
No, it wasn't nice. Can you just wait for my verdict? You want me to rate it out of first thing? Okay, let's just do it.
Hey Karen, Ongata Rongai and Langata people, and this is someone on the bike.
Yeah, that's too fast. And that guy is driving that fast within traffic. What about if somebody tries to overlap? You're go inside his car.
Yeah,
we should arrest that guy. What's his name? Let's just have a look at it.
This is Brenda.
Wow, big
Brenda Mogina.
Oh no!
Mongina.
Oh, I see now. That's Mongina. That's
Mongina.
You know, that could be Brenda. Who knows?
No.
What's the short form of Brenda? Like the name for Brenda? Bre. Guy, just listen to it. Because that's so good.
Like
because Mongina is saying her name is Bre.
Bre.
Like, what's that? Stephanie, I will never call you by your short form. And you know I hate short forms. They're not good.
You don't.
No, I will never. It's not good. Like, you see that? What's the short form for your name? Bre. What's that? It's a bit teenager, isn't it? When you think about it. All right, just 2 more so that we kill this.
Eti, how's traffic along Thika Road? I overslept. Yeah.
Eti, how is Can we respond?
We're sorry.
Yeah, go back and sleep. Isn't it? Yeah, go back and sleep.
We're so
All right, Richie. Somebody's asking how traffic is along Thika Road, and we've already seen it. What's your response? Alale too. All right, he taps around. What's our response? I'm okay. All right, what is Cindy's around? What's our response? Yeah, thank God we don't have Cherish in the studio this morning. Oof. Anyway, so that means that we are officially done updating you on exactly what sort of situation you're going to find yourself on the road. Guess what? I do have news that is a bit drizzling in some parts of Nairobi, and so what you tend to think is that farmers are happy because, you know, we've never really experienced this much rains in Nairobi, and that's good for some agro-commodities and the way it is that your markets are going to respond. Good. We have developing news on the maize saga that's going on in the country. We're actually calling it a saga because we have reports of you buying your 2-kilogram packet of maize at 150 shillings. So we're going to see exactly where that is taking us, because as we saw yesterday, some markets are up at 4,800 shillings. Good. We'll take a short break. Once we come back, me and Stephanie are going to travel all the way to your agri-commodities this morning. Good morning after the break.